Hello and welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada in USA for the 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. It's taken us over the Hoover Dam as curling returns to the entertainment capital of the world after 3 very successful Continental Cups held here. Fans will certainly not have any trouble finding things to do between draws, but in between all the casinos and the shows, we find the Orleans Arena. My name is Sander Ulvåg and I'm joined by curling extraordinaire Alison Kreviazuk. Good afternoon, Alison.
Good afternoon indeed.
We got Korea and USA coming up in session 4. As you see the teams just entering the field of play. Always a bit of an extra show, extra life to the events held here in Vegas. Of course, USA enjoying playing on home turf. Will be the teams for Korea. We have at lead Lee Ki-bok. Throwing second stones is Oh Eun-soo. At third and vice skip for Team Korea is Song Se-hyun. And Kim Chang-min is the team skip.
And for Team USA, we have Philip Tilker at lead. We have Colin Huffman at second. We have Rich Ruinen, skip, throwing third. And we have Greg Persinger throwing fourth stones.
I'll just take a look at the standings, how the teams stack up so far. We see Korea at top with 2 wins alongside Norway and Sweden. We'll have to go just a little bit further down to find United States. They sit at 1 win, 1 loss, but of course, quite a few games left in this round robin, 12 games to be played per team. 6 wins might get you through. Top 6 teams will progress to the playoff stages. With the 2 best will have a bye to the semi-final. Teams are shaking hands and making their final preparations to get us underway here. Those are the other games on this afternoon in the Orleans Arena. Scotland plays Italy. We have Netherlands taking on Sweden. And it's Japan looking for their first win as they take on Norway. I'll try and keep you up to date on what happens elsewhere this afternoon, of course. But our main focus will be on the home team of US of A. And the host nation from the Olympic Games just a while back in Pyeongchang. I'm just waiting for the go-ahead here. They've had their pre-game practice, the 2 teams. 9 minutes each to get a good feel for the ice, break down that pebble, and get it started. And in the draw shot challenge, we saw USA win, and they'll have the last stone advantage for the first end. And that is the 1 minute clock up and running for all the teams this afternoon. Can we hope for some fun in this one, Alison?
Absolutely. I've got the Olympic team from Pyeongchang, the Korean team. USA, they've had quite the introduction coming into it, the torch passing. So I think they're hyped up and they're ready to go.
Always fun playing at home. They had a tough one this morning. Looked like they were in control, playing the Dutch team. Lost out in the end, so they'll be keen to ping back just now a few hours after the morning draw. But this Korean team, they have a tendency to put quite a few rocks in play. They like to play aggressive. Lee Ki-bok, lead for Korea, throws the first stone of this game. Korea, USA, the 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. See where this first stone goes. It is indeed coming into the house.
Oh. Lost a gripper there.
Sometimes when you sweep hard,
Giving
things
it all
go
he's got.
flying.
Normal.
So it will be the open hit for USA, so a bit of a cautious approach. Philip Tilker, 40 years old. He's looking to make the hit and stick.
Just throwing a nice control weight at this. Looking to get a little bit of a roll on that, but nonetheless, sticking in front of the house.
Both teams having play this morning. I think it's tough on the teams and just wanting to have a simple end to just ease into it. Just a few hours break before.
Yeah, and USA played against the Netherlands this morning and had a bit of a loss from that. So probably just having a cautious approach to the start of this game and getting a good feel for the ice.
I also saw them spend quite a bit of time early in the game, which they had to make up for.
It's going to be a little slower out here. It's guard.
Definitely backing some Glock this first end.
Gotta go.
But now a chance to throw that corner guard.
Weight's good.
Nothing in the house.
It's pretty tight, bud. Okay, all right.
Okay,
Just hoping for a miss from Korea. They might get something going.
I got that one.
All over it.
We'll have our first look at Oeunsu. Do tend to rotate a little bit, this Korean team. Bringing on their alternate, Kim Min-chan, for a few games. They have all season.
That's an outcome goal.
I think same. Same side. Speed's good.
Here's Colin Huffman. That makes up that strong sweeping duo with Philip Tilker for the US team.
Yours came down, but this one's definitely got more rotation.
It's going to be Greg.
But we're never going to go. We're never going.
Okay.
Guys just pointing out this one had a little bit more rotation than the last one, so it's going to carry a little bit further. So smart on the sweepers to stand back and just wait for that one to die down.
Taking a look at the rules of play, it's 6 ends minimum in the round robin, 10 ends scheduled though, 38 minutes of thinking time, and 1 60-second timeout. So teams will have to make sure they don't spend too much time. Usually it's not a factor. Of course, if your time does run out, you do forfeit the game. Doesn't happen very often. Has it happened to you in the past?
It has not, no. I actually haven't seen that happen in quite a while. Most teams at this level are very good at time management, and I've had quite a bit of experience with it, so definitely not something you see very often.
I think it's made it a little bit easier with the thinking time as well, where your clock stops when you come out the hack. Instead of being penalized for draws in the past, if you didn't have enough time, you couldn't play draws.
No, that's why you would see in the past the first couple ends of every single game would be open so that they could save time in the end.
First look at Song Tae-hon, third for Korea. They're a very fiery team, the Koreans. I'm sure we'll see it. The game starts to shape up a little bit. For now, it's just that nice, calm first end. Take a few shots, settle in.
Lots of enthusiasm. It's got Rich Ruohonen. Skip for the team, but again throwing third stones.
Is there any pros and cons with throwing third being skip?
Well, I think it depends on the player. I think there are some skips out there that don't like the pressure of throwing the final stone. So just kind of realizing that and taking it upon yourself to pass the duty on to perhaps someone else on the team that has a better ability at managing that stress.
The skip could be any position on the team. We've seen Margareta Sigfridsson, skip of the Swedish women's team at the Olympics 4 years ago. late lead.
And we've got De Cruz from Switzerland as well. Rotates in at second position. So
Just finding what works
exactly.
for the team.
Very good, Rich.
Of course, if you're throwing that brick on the fourth stones and sweeping, some players say, well, they end up getting a bit more feel for the weight, being able to sweep throughout the end, but also as a skip, you actually get to see the line quite often, so you feel more control of the curl in the ice, perhaps. So, pros and cons, but definitely what we see the most is skip throwing the last two. That is the case for Kim Chang-min. Skipped the Korean team at the Olympic Games. Didn't do as well as they were hoping for, but certainly the women's team of Kim Won-young with their silver medals brought a lot of focus on curling in Korea. So I'm sure they're in the spotlight as well because of it. Lots of people came out for the Olympic Games to watch the curling.
Definitely see a boost within the United States as well with taking home the gold medal on the men's side.
So is that really important then for this US team to build on that?
Well, it definitely could be something, a little bit of pressure on their end for them to take in. See how well they handle the pressure, but so far they've been cool, calm, collected. Just like you said, I think it's always a fun and fantastic experience to play in your home country. So I think you, as an athlete, can feed off of that quite a bit. And who doesn't love being in Vegas?
Penultimate stone coming up here. Nothing in play, so just trying to throw this to the spot where it's maybe slightly more tricky for USA to blank. Maybe they've picked up on a preference for Greg Persinger. Throwing it to our right here, maybe forces Persinger to throw the in-turn peel rather than the out-turn.
Yeah, just switching up the line a little bit so that you're not giving the opponent the same shot.
Dead straight here, peel.
So that is the black attempt.
Oh, just
big weight.
Clean, just cleaning.
Sounds good, going down, just clean.
Good shot.
7-3.
That will roll out, so no score in this first end, but I have a feeling that some fireworks are looming in this one. 9 ends to go.
Now we go either way, corner.
여기 너무 스트레이트야.
Good job.
여기 너무 스트레이트야. 너무 시어필하게.
Like it?
저쪽이 더 나은 것 같아. 저쪽이 오히려 좀 더 넣는 것 같아. 아니면 센터 백포에다가 넣든가. 아니면 앞에 화이트 하든가. 넣을까? 넣어야지. 넣으면 치겠다. 안 치지. 가겠지. 라인 조금 타이트해.
4 sheets of curling action in the Orleans Arena this afternoon. With our main focus on Korea playing USA. It's tied after 1-0 score in the first. Korea starts again.
오, 고. 오.
And for a second time in a row, they bring the play into the house, leaving USA the option of either hitting or drawing the corner.
The center should be fine. Yeah,
The corner guard is now the call. USA wanting to get the ball rolling here. Score there too, and of course that redstone just in the 12-foot, not too much of a threat either for USA.
Line's good.
Line's good. It's all about weight.
Colin.
Weight's close.
Okay, line's really good.
What's the good?
Yeah, that's what we
What's a
want.
good spot
Little
for
bit, Colin.
the corner
Little bit.
guards?
Give
Would you
that
say,
room.
Alison?
We're halfway.
Well, it
Just wanna
doesn't seem
control
to
a
be
little.
swinging all that much, so you don't want it too tight
good.
to the
Okay, good
house.
shot.
Of course, bringing it a little bit too tight doesn't give you that room to draw around. On the flip side, it does give you the option for the tap, so there is that, but I'd say about halfway. So that guard seems pretty perfect.
라인 정말 좋아.
Line's good.
Great judge by the sweepers.
아, 네.
It looks like Korea here is going to follow up by throwing a tight
세연아,
center
조금만,
guard.
세연아, 조금만. 세연아, 가. 가, 세연아. 가, 세연아. 오, 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 오.
Nice.
자,
Good shot.
And tight it is. Real tight to the rings.
Go, Nerd.
나 밟아. 되겠나?
USA will just ignore those reds, try and come right around the corner guard, knowing that
Hit it hard for
the shot stone for
No,
Korea is
line's
probably
okay.
No,
not
line's good. Line's good.
good
line's
enough
good.
to double
Yeah,
guard.
great. Yep. Yep.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard, guys. Hard.
Hard
line
line.
and lead.
Gotta go. Come on.
Gotta go.
Had a really good
Short. Gotta go.
US national championship.
Sorry, guys.
What do you want to do?
This team
Bump it a little.
won it, and that's why they are representing USA
Okay.
Same weight.
here in Vegas. This draw just coming up a little short.
Yeah, it's too bad that it just kind of nicked the guard there as well. Had they been able to have the line at least kind of come around that guard, then they would have had a 2-guard stagger. A little bit more to come around, but fortunate, just a little bit of an over curl.
또 나쁘지 않아. 라인 좋아.
I believe you see
Hard
Korea
line.
coming around now.
잘 세연아.
Yep.
Oh, we're going to keep all the stones in play here in the second end.
오, 오.
It's also just over curling, a little shy for weight. Gets a bit of a nudge. Still might see a few fresh spots in the ice in the second end. As we jump over to Japan, Norway.
7-5 or peel.
Looks like
Peel.
Japan just has shot stone on the wing next to Marcus Højberg's broom. It's Stefan Valstad. Skip up Team Norway to get ready and just make the hit and stick, really. Always a bit of a guess, maybe far out wide in the first end. Won't necessarily throw too many stones in this spot in practice.
Didn't throw that bad. Just slid back.
Yeah, it's not
Keeping
so
the brooms down on this one. Magnus Wågberg trying to hold it for his skipper. Does in fact hit and hang around for 2. Norway looking pretty good with 2 wins on the board so far and 2 points in this game against Japan. Also Netherlands, Sweden. Is this a draw for 2, Alison?
It was.
알기보가 여기 나란히 놔야 돼.
So Nicholas obviously being able to, he threw down this path before, so that's why you see him drawing out to the wings as opposed to the center.
Pretty easily.
And he will get his deuce. So Sweden will go up 2-0 on the Netherlands after the first end.
Den höll sig ändå rätt bra i linjen. Det blev typ samma.
And we're back to our feature game.
Greg, go, Greg. Go. Go.
Come on, Colin.
That one I think he's.
Sorry, boys. Just that straight.
Yeah.
I just touched that one, Rich.
Yeah, I touched it out.
Some good honesty from the thrower there.
What was he saying?
Said he just touched it out a little bit, so in my interpretation, that just means you just kind of floated it on the release.
There's Lim Myung-sup, team coach for Korea, following closely. Got the camera up, recording the game so they can perhaps go back and watch. Either looking at something they did really well or some situations where they could have done something differently.
Some coaches will put down specific shots and specific times so that they're able to fast forward and take a look at specific situations.
I believe some federations even developed software to do that in a more tidy way. There's Philip Drobnik, who's coach for the US team at the Olympic Games as well. So
I got to throw at least normal.
a few travel days in his book.
9.
No kidding.
Okay.
He has had quite the hectic schedule.
You can roll 8 feet.
Yeah.
Is that ice okay?
I think so.
Okay.
I think you just touched your one back.
I think you're right. Weight's good.
Is that an advantage too? Just being used to traveling and maybe getting over jet lag quickly. I know some teams really struggle with that in the first couple of days at a championship, having to come across the pond.
Absolutely. Some of these teams, keep in mind, they're coming from a very long distance. What a fantastic roll on that one.
Yeah, no jet lag for Rich Ruohonen. Heard he played amazing at the US National Championship. Keeps it going here. Taking his time in the hack. Song Taeyeon. Just finding some composure before threading the needle here. Oh, tick tick, and still doesn't make contact.
Almost got away with it there, even with the tick tick, redirecting it towards that back yellow stone, but unfortunately just goes by. Let's take another look at it here.
Well, actually curls maybe a fraction more, gets away with it. Might come back off the corner guard.
Oh, 80?
No, 80, I think.
75, I think.
Yusei with last
Come in
stone,
there.
now looking to just draw the opposite wing. Set 2.
I don't think you can hurt
That's
it.
good.
I'm going early. Look up for me.
I think so.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Both of you go. Both of you go.
Hard then.
Gotta go.
2 strong sweepers
Gotta go,
on,
guys.
on
Gotta
this
go.
US team.
All the way back.
Hard, boys.
Go. Go.
Hard. Come on.
Go. We got it. Back 8. Back 8.
Take a look. Take a look.
Easy now,
Back 8.
easy now,
Back
easy
8.
now,
Back
easy
8.
now.
Back 8.
Easy now.
They're able to
All right,
bring
great
that
sweep,
one
guys.
Beauty.
back a tee. Set 2.
A little bit quicker than they thought, I think. They did play in that path before, so it could just been keened up a little bit from a previous shot. So sweeper's just really making sure that it's getting there. Do not want to leave that one short, so great judge.
여기 맞지? 바로 옆에. 조금만 더 잡아줘.
Well, if anything, his third song has opened up this pathway a little bit for Kim Chung-min.
Still throwing quite a bit of weight at that one. That was a tricky shot. Believe he was only able to see about maybe half of that stone from his vantage point in the hack.
You might have considered heading the open one, but maybe worried USA could sink one in behind the center again and potentially set up for 3. We'll see if I'll just hit the open one.
Plenty, I think.
On his
99.
last one.
Yeah, hard
Greg
swing.
Persinger makes a good draw around the center.
Line's good. Room now. Gotta be
Keep
here.
going. Gotta go a bit. 5 right now. 4.
Okay. Come on, come on, line's good. Come on, both gotta go.
Working this for weight.
Come on.
Need to bring it past this redstone in the top 12 at least to sit 2. Really important to get there.
Great sweeping.
Okay, good sweep.
Let's go.
Great
buddy.
sweep
Really
indeed.
great brush. It's definitely the tolerance on that one as well, because even if he was a little bit short, there is that split option.
Should be fast.
5 right now. 4.
Come on, come on.
Let's take another look at the sweepers here, giving it their absolute all to make sure that they sit in shot position.
Gotta get full 12. Go, go.
Even Rich coming out to give them a
Great
hand.
sweeping.
Okay, good sweep.
Let's go, buddy.
He's got like 4 feet of area to roll to.
No, because we're almost touching 8 foot.
We'll see if Kim Chang-min might actually be able to roll this now. Hit the winger. Just catch a tiny piece of the 8 foot. Try and roll in behind cover. Playing the big weight to get the flattest roll possible.
Whoa, whoa.
Just want to catch it a hair inside here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Roll 5 feet across.
Sounds close.
Will it hang around for a shot? It does just.
Good.
Fantastic.
Good job. Good job.
Definitely pleased with that one.
Yeah, yes.
Great line call by the back end. Making sure you get the roll. You want to be kind of aggressive with the call there. Make sure that you get that roll in behind, and great placement.
Now a curling end is very
Just another
often
5, 6
quite
feet,
different,
8
but
feet.
this exact scenario
75. That's us.
Greg Persinger was looking at when they played Netherlands this morning.
Like
Yeah,
that.
Van Dorp made
Us here.
the exact same rule to just sit for shot where they weren't sure, and then they played the split.
Yeah, so we swept your
Just rubbed off their own stone top 12 on the same turn and everything. Deja vu.
Yeah.
And he made it, Persinger, so the thought here is just play a heavy draw and just slightly tick that top 12 stone and roll the shooter in for 2.
Weight's good. Weight's perfect. 8, 9.
7. Yep.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yep. Yep.
8, 9.
Last stone coming down
7.
here, second
Whoa.
end.
Easy, easy.
Not an easy one.
Right off. Right off. Colin?
They overcooked it.
Colin, go a little bit. Well, we got to leave it in the house.
Need a touch on
All we
this
gotta do is touch
yellow.
it. Oh my God.
Not going to get there. Well, it's sit around in time for 1 though. No.
Wow.
I give a bad weight call. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, Greg.
Sweepers taking the blame for that one.
Coming at you.
Just thought it was a tiny bit lighter. Just needed to be off that one, curl a bit more. It is a steal for Korea, 1-0 after 2. 1-0 is the score. After 2 ends of play, a steal, a 1 for Korea in that second, means they will throw the first stone once again. Well, you like to have the hammer, Alison, but if you throw the first stone every end, it's usually a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely. Bit of a tough break for Team USA on that last one. It was a great opportunity for them to score their deuce in the second end, but giving up a 1 is definitely not the end of the world in a 10-end game. Here we are in the 3rd end now.
Line's good.
We're at least half.
Okay.
You can see stones moving really well, just
short
on
of
that
the
center line, and then just big break, big finish.
Good.
To the wing.
Down.
Seems to curl pretty much the same everywhere
Good shot.
for now. Good swing to the wing also towards the center line.
오.
I'm seeing about what, four feet of curl.
많이 돌아야 돼. 은수야, 가, 은수야, 가. 많이 돌아야 돼. 은수야, 가. 계속. 오, 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 오. 오.
Has been a tad slow at the start of the games, but tends to quicken up after a few ends.
Seems to be tricking the teams a little bit at the moment, so this point as a sweeper, it makes it extra important to make sure that you know where exactly on the sheet that you've played, so that you're able to see where in fact the ice has been able to be cleaned up. Some paths going to be a little bit quicker than others.
That's pretty normal though, isn't it?
Absolutely. So it does take usually a few ends to break down, but as you said, both teams are given a 9-minute practice before the game starts, so that also gives you the opportunity to break down the ice and really learn those paths.
Well, obviously in pre-game practice, a lot of teams end up focusing quite a lot on winning that draw shot challenge to get last on advantage. Ends up playing a lot of draws to the button just coming home, and maybe not as much elsewhere. So we'll end up with a couple of quick paths to the button, coming one way and often a little bit slower elsewhere.
From what I hear from the other teams, though, that the ice has been holding out very well. So, as we normally say, it fudges, which means that in the later ends, what happens is that the ice gets slower because so many rocks have traveled down that path that the pebble has been broken down. But the ice makers have been doing a fantastic job, and they haven't been getting that fudge in the ice.
Are we freezing on the red or the yellow?
Red.
It's kind of all of this
Tap the red and inch, it's perfect.
compromise you have to make.
So we're
If you
looking at a
might
zero
make the ice too quick and uniform from the first stone, it's not going to keep for 10 or 11 ends of curling. So it almost needs to be a tad slow at the start. So the pebble keeps up.
4. Okay, go then.
So you see
3.
You gotta go.
Line's pretty
just
good.
the tiniest
Gotta go.
speed
Gotta
wobble.
Gotta go. Line's really good.
Colin
Gotta
Huffman
go.
Come on. Come on, gotta be here. Come
Hard,
on.
you got a good one.
Come on, right to it. Go.
just trying to get the
Hard. Go, 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 go.
right angles here, the right
Keep going
setup.
under. Go, 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 go.
Want to sit on the
good, boys.
corner of this red. Doesn't quite get there, but leaves it in a decent spot.
It's a tough job as a sweeper when you're a little bit unsure maybe if a path has been cleaned up or not. Your gut's wanting, telling you to sweep it. So you think it's slow.
Run.
가도 괜찮은 것 같은데요.
Thought about just guarding here. Kim Chang-min. But now going to play a hit. Two very different
Yeah.
options.
Yeah. Hard.
Looking to run this red onto that yellow. Certainly shuffles things around. The yellow goes out, left
좀 약해 이거.
side door. Didn't mind the guard in that spot there.
Yeah, with USA having hammer in this end, I don't think the stagger was hurting you all that much.
Yep.
But just playing it cautious and just getting those yellow stones out of the ring. But of course, this you can see there, just over curling a hair. So in turn, they've actually opened it up for the United States to get a little bit of a hit and roll. Ends up sticking, but getting the double. Definitely not a bad result. That is a
Yeah, 9-2.
good placement of the two yellow stones.
괜찮아.
Not totally happy with it. I think he would have loved a roll in behind that corner guard.
컨트롤. 은수 웨이트 좀 약하지? 은수 웨이트 좋아 지금.
몇인데 내 거?
3705. 내가 9번 아니래. 그래, 니만 하자.
컨트롤. 보고. 웨이트 겟. 오. 클린해. 컨트롤. 예. 하드. 오. 클린해. 예. 자.
Good. Just in it.
I think we gotta throw like control
Okay.
or board. You like board?
Well, at least control.
Control. Little more. It moves.
thinking control weight.
Son was looking
Yeah.
to
I think it moves here. I
just
don't know
roll in
if I
front of
want
that
a little
yellow
more.
to make it tough for USA to remove.
I
Definitely
think a
not
little
possible
more.
to make the hit and
Control.
roll towards the
We
corner
can hit
guard.
a
So
third of that rock with control.
only
Probably
need to
will
roll
make it.
to the left.
We're rolling out.
Yeah, I do too.
That's what they'll do. The hit and roll. Try and roll as far to the right as possible. But probably would have liked to set two. Make sure there's no double for Korea.
Whoa. Right up.
You need to be a little bit careful with this. Just make sure that you don't.
Yep, go cones.
Oh.
Yikes. Just catching it too thin.
Heavy.
He did ask if he wanted to throw board weight at it, so
Okay.
perhaps just knowing that it wasn't going to curl all that much. But again, in the beginning of the game, it can be a little bit, can have a little uncertainty with the ice, so it's always normal to want to throw a little bit extra weight so that you make sure that you hold the line. This is a fantastic opportunity for the Korean team to sit two in the house now. Try and force the United States into a single.
오.
Normal. I think normal. We got to roll a ways.
Okay, normal.
Unless you guys like the double.
I don't mind this.
I don't mind this. I mean, the double's easier, but this is the change for two. It's up to you.
Make it.
So here we are with Rich's last stone.
Good.
So with the USA with two stones after this remaining, and opting to go with a hit and roll to try their luck for the
Sit.
2 points
Okay.
instead of the blank if they chose to go with
Just a
the
little too
double.
much of a roll.
It was close. Okay.
Really great attempt at that roll.
야 보여 안에 보여요 공간 보이세요?
바로 위에 올려도. 어디 찍까? 여기? 바로 위에. 바로 위에. 영원아.
Clean it. Yep. No. Give up. Hard.
Oh. Effectively have lured Korea away from the 8-foot by
So I threw a few over here.
rolling to the wing.
Somewhere right around there. Does that sound good to you?
That whole 8-foot is now open and a chance to come round the corner guard for shot stone. Skips deuce on the cards for Persinger.
93.
5-6.
Line's really good. It's got to be 8 foot.
4-5.
It's got to be 8 foot. Line's
good.
perfect.
Weight's good.
Line's
You hear the
perfect.
numbers being called from the sweepers.
No, it's good.
Just splitting the
No,
playing
it's
zone.
fine. No, line's fine.
10 zones, 1, 2, and 3 being guards.
We don't have to go for. What do you want to do?
4 is here, top 12.
Whoa.
5, and that settles down as a 6. Perfect draw by Persinger. Good weight call by the sweepers.
이열이. 스피드 빠르다. 스피드 빨라. 14초 5.
Because that red stone is in the 12 foot, makes it harder to chase. Even if you could see a sliver of that stone on the outturn,
안 보이세요?
impossible to get it out. And always jam on that red stone.
네.
나 마음에 드는데. 이 어떻게
이게 더
생각해?
쉬운 것 같아요. 그 런에도 어차피 하나밖에 안 돼.
Just realizing they can't get to that yellow.
Yeah, with the yellow sitting a little bit above the tee line, so they would have to have a perfect corner freeze. If they ever were to bounce off a little bit, it would be a pretty simple shot for the United States to hold their 2 points.
So might as well play the simpler shot, the draw, and around that stone top 12.
Yeah, and with this, so they only need to be full 8, so they can bury fully in behind that.
어차피 안쪽만 그냥
Could almost steal with this too. A good draw.
Absolutely.
Coming back down here, Kip Changmin changing the line, wanting to play the out turn.
6반 뒤로 가려. 6대 나와야 될 것 같아요.
저쪽이 나을 것 같아.
네. 이쪽이 더 나은 것 같아요.
잘 안 나가지 저쪽은.
네. 바깥도 안 나와요.
형 가. 6반? 6반. 아 뭐, 예.
네, 그런
느낌으로.
느낌이에요.
오케이.
Doesn't make sense to play the out turn, I guess, if you come half checked. It's tougher for USA to follow and hit stick in the 8 for 2. Then on the in turn, less room to roll.
Of course, with being a right-handed player, it's always a little bit trickier of a vantage point as opposed to right down the center. Really gonna have to go for line on this. Are they gonna get it by? Just gets it by.
What a sweep. And that settles down. Probably in the most perfect spot, really.
Might be able to see a sliver of that one from the hack, but look at that brushing.
Just past that stone, top 12.
That is pretty perfect.
Unless you think you got enough of it. How much can you see? This?
An inch and a
Yeah,
half.
about there. It's just if we ever touch the front one.
You might give him.
I like the draw. I really do here. You got to
I like the draw.
to get that rock out.
I like the
okay?
draw,
It's a
Greg.
different
Draw.
path.
We're gonna have
I think
cracks,
this is
though.
a very smart call.
I think speed's good.
Speed's pretty close.
Just making sure that
Yeah,
you
I
get
just
your
got a
single
same thing
here.
as through.
97,
I got a 93. I like a 90.
like a 90 to an 80. Yeah.
There's nothing worse to see your opponent scoring consecutive ends. Feel like they're slowly running away with the game. Scored 1 here, you're tied.
Go,
You see the clock for Persinger too. 13-9
Line's really
is the
good.
draw for Kim Chung-min,
Play the
but coming a
weight,
little bit
line's really
further
good.
out. Might be a tad quicker here, we'll see. There's a big brush from the Koreans as well.
Line's perfect. Line's
This one
perfect.
is
Come on.
a bit slower. Is it enough to get it there?
Hard, boys.
Needs the button.
Hard, boys. Hard.
And
Good
two
shot.
strong
you
sweepers,
go.
and Huffman and Tilker to bring that right to the button.
Could have maybe made it.
Two good back-to-back draws from the fourth players.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That is
Like, I
a
think we
tied
gotta
ball
do it.
game now
Play that.
after
Good shot.
3 ends,
Great shot.
1 point each.
Heads up. Yeah. All right, boys.
Great shot.
Good sweep. 93 again.
He made a beauty, man. He missed that thing by that much.
Yeah, I know.
He takes all day weekend.
체크만 해요. 6번 나왔습니다. 6번 나왔습니다.
67 이거 67.
67?
67.
오케이.
여기 67.
아 진짜?
네.
Weight's close. 2-3.
Looks hot.
Want 4 if it's going to be.
Just a 3.
Okay.
USA will start for the first time.
Never.
Having had hammer
Nice
the
shot.
first 3 ends of the game.
See that, Steve? Center line.
Throws the center guard.
Goes under we threes. I like that.
Room. Room. No. Usman.
Lee Ki-bok. Try and come around that guard. The 2017 World Junior Champion. Playing alongside his brother.
계속 와.
That was actually held at
We still go here.
Gangneung Curling Center, the Olympic venue. Just 1 year before the Olympic Games were held.
Line's good. Lot right now.
Gotta go,
No,
Greg.
it's good.
Line's
It's
tight.
good.
Just 4 right
The
now.
Olympics were,
tight.
You're going.
Line's
of course,
good.
won by USA.
Both go. Both you go.
Team
Yep,
skip by
both,
John
yep.
Schuster. And it's
Yeah, gotta go.
Telker
Gotta
here
go.
and the rest of the American crew
Come on, come
Both
on.
of you.
Far as it'll
looking
go.
to build on
Gotta
that.
get it in here. Go.
Keep going. Push.
Go, 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 go.
1 win, 1 loss so far for USA.
Pretty good.
Not
All
bad.
right, screw up, guys.
Beat Japan last night in an extra end. Had the chance to play another extra this morning against Netherlands. But Greg Persinger's forfeit draw came up heavy.
오. 웨이트. 5. 4시에 돼. 라인 없어 세현아.
See that extra rotation
Line
on
없어.
Leaky Buck's out turn.
라인 없어.
Takes a bit longer to make a move. This one
잘 세현아. 잘
just a
세현아.
tad heavy as well. I was hoping to corner freeze that yellow. Ends up just bouncing off his own.
Hey, we got to make the double.
Okay.
So, 8.5?
키보가
Like
두 번째
7.5.
샷은 가도 돼.
I don't want to roll up too far. That's all I'm worried about. But okay,
Okay.
7.5.
Which one are we hitting first?
Just the one on the right.
What?
The one on the right.
Okay.
Well,
What are we doing?
nothing.
Come
Can't do
on,
anything.
Colin.
Little roll. Come on.
Okay.
Just pitching them. Just setting them back there.
So I've seen this before in the game. Just having a slight tendency to set them just a bit wide on release. Huffman. Heard him admit that 2 ends ago.
라인 조금 타이트해 세현아.
So either you need to just take a bit less ice or throw them just a tad more neutral. Most important thing is always just to
Yep.
try and throw it the same way every time. That way
오케이.
makes it easier for the skip to put the broom down for you.
키보이 샷이랑 달라.
Yeah.
Almost it doesn't matter how you throw
I like the
a
freeze,
rock,
to be
as
honest.
long as you do the same, it's possible to make shots with it.
That's coming right back.
I think we freeze, right?
Yeah, but if we tick this, it's not bad.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably better.
Speed's good.
Yes.
I'm looking at like a zero-ish
Yeah.
for me. You just want top button here.
Whoa, then.
That's
Whoa.
good. Off of the tape.
Whoa.
No.
Wheel.
6.
Whoa.
I don't think so.
Whoa. Close. Close.
Close, yep.
Yep. Yes. Yes, you got to go.
Draw
Gotta
this
go.
time.
Hard, guys.
Come on, guys.
Just wanted to fully freeze that yellow, red stone rather. Just over curls, but it is surrounded.
Oh, the weight came up.
Dump on it or something.
Oh, my God.
That rock was thrown too
Well, I got
Let's take a look at Scotland playing Italy. Line 1, so looks like a draw for 2 for Amos Mozaner.
저거 안쪽으로 맞출게. 저거 안쪽으로 맞출게 은수야. 해.
Sweeper's not taking it too hard, just kind of lightly dusting it in. Definitely a good sign. And Italy will pick up 2 points. So they will lead 2-0 over Scotland after 3 ends of play.
And Scotland had a very good win against Canada yesterday. One of the young favourites. Norway might be one of them as well. Enjoyed a good start. Up 2-0 versus Japan, but it's Go Aoki with the last one for Japan. Believe it's a draw for 2 here. If they can drag it far enough. See,
It's a big
one.
scrub.
It's just not going to get there for Japan. Just the 1 point then. Norway leads it 2-1.
That was quite the opportunity for Team Japan to get a tied game going.
Because you just hit a piece.
Yeah, that's all you need.
So whatever you feel more comfortable throwing.
I think I like 7.5. Yeah. Spin. Hit any part of that yellow.
Okay, hit it,
Any
Cam.
part of that yellow.
So as we
Yeah. Huh?
take a listen into
Okay.
Team USA.
7.5.
Okay.
Just needed any piece of it.
Yep, runs nice and straight here.
Huh?
Runs nice and
I
straight
know, I
here.
think that's pretty good.
So basically they're trying to hit what they can see of that yellow stone that's sitting just biting the forefoot. Trying to angle that onto the shot.
Colin, go!
Korean stone.
Colin, go! Go!
Sweeping for line, trying to get some curl.
Good.
He's got it. Great
Almost
shot.
fell over, but other
You
than that, it was
almost
good.
fell over. Yep, that's right.
Couldn't see a heck of a lot of that from the hack,
I
so
almost fell over.
almost fell over too, and he still makes it.
Okay.
Here.
There you go. There's a little bit of enthusiasm there.
15 갈지 닦은 거.
See how this is angled up, that two frozen rocks. I want to try and catch this a bit on the right-hand side, get a bit of drag. Two stones so close together that that second stone is just going to be dragged in the direction of where the first stone wants to go. Albeit might actually make the double on the yellows in the house. Could get all three yellows going here. Catch the right spot. Song.
Yep.
Knows to throw the big weight.
Whoa!
Whoa, whoa,
Is it too thin?
whoa.
It is too thin. Doesn't even remove that yellow guard. Spins it into the forefoot.
My goodness. USA lying 3 at the moment.
Yeah, so instead of removing 3 yellows, actually promotes another one. Really just needed to catch that. Probably a thick half or maybe even more.
Yeah.
I mean, can't we give him this?
Then he's gonna
If he plays this, that one's still going to be shot. Or this one's
Only
gonna
saving
go
grace
out,
for
so
Korea is
we
they
can
have
give him
last
that,
stone here.
right?
Yeah.
We can. The best he can do is make this double, and he's probably spinning out or at least over.
Okay.
So I think we got to go right there, tight. So yeah.
So USA just kind of discussing
call.
where
We
the
can
best
show
place to
3/4 of the
place
red.
the guard.
Because the best he can do is make the double and roll. He'll spin it out. We want to guard our yellow.
And he'll lose the shooter too?
Right. Yeah. He's
Okay,
either
no, I
going to
like
lose the shooter or be way out in the right.
You're
Okay.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
So
I like
we need
this.
just tight
Split-
and
split
just
center.
split center is pretty good.
Okay.
Even if it crosses a touch. So I'm looking at a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speed's
90.
good.
4 to a 4. No,
Four.
not a 90. A 4 to a 410.
Okay. Good ad.
14.
That's good.
Good ad.
2, 1.
Yeah, then. Yeah, go. Go, guys.
Sweeper's
Go,
just calling
go,
out
go,
a 2
yeah.
and a 1, which would
go,
indicate
go.
that the rock is
Go,
quite a bit shorter than
Go.
where they originally wanted it. They were
Come on,
looking for
everyone,
tight,
go.
if not
Get to the
top
line, get to the
12,
line.
and
Get to the line. Go,
this
go,
one's
go.
just going to make it halfway.
Great sweep. Great sweep.
This is there.
And you take everything away.
I need 4 more feet away. Come on, every inch, go. Get to the line, get to the line.
Hard.
Get to the line,
Hard,
go, go, go.
Hard.
Great sweep, great sweep.
얼마 보여?
So it definitely does cover that red stone that's in the house, but it does expose the 2 yellow, well, the 1 yellow on the side, which would give them an almost automatic double here.
Seen this a few times from Song. He's closing his eyes. Maybe visualizing the shot.
hold on.
He's taking that extra second in the hack to
Yeah.
focus on the shot.
Hard roll. Hard stop. Hard.
Double, keep the shooter. Actually,
Good shot. Good.
comes off so much. Jams on the third one.
Could hear Skip saying hard for the roll, so I think it just rolled a little bit further than they had anticipated. Here we can see it again, so sweeper on it on the side to roll it over, but
Right?
Okay.
It's gonna hard to get. What's hard to get second shot.
You like control?
Well, what else do you like then, Greg?
That's the thing. What else is
Try
there?
to roll right there.
Wow. I'll give him a run.
Runs for 3 though.
Control.
Okay.
Kind of weight. 10.5.
So we're trying to roll over under the red?
Yeah, just a touch forefoot.
I think you gotta roll further. Yeah. No, under your red.
No.
No?
So we've got Greg Persinger, so throwing 4 stones for Team USA.
10. Well,
9.5.
well, close come. Yep. Yes.
80%
Yeah.
so far.
Gotta go. Whoa. We're gonna roll big. Roll big. Roll big. I got it.
You gotta keep
Yeah. Whoa.
Indicating a roll big, so they knew that it was going to, they weren't going to get that flat roll in behind that guard. So leaving it at the end and hoping that it was going to roll a little bit further, as we can see here. So with that placement, does open up a double opportunity for the Korean team.
Okay.
Kim Jin-ming, 83% so far in this competition. Looking for the double.
Some fantastic action on the shooter as well. Spins up and away.
Got the same room. Little left.
It's always so enjoyable. Was a tad too far though.
All right, Greg.
So it does give
Same weight.
USA the pretty much the exact same shot as they had on their last one.
Looking for 10.5.
That hit and roll big in behind cover.
Is there enough room to make that big roll?
There is quite a bit, it is a little bit lower in the house than the previous shot, so he's got to hit it a bit thicker.
I'll Phil. Go, Phil. Go. Go.
But he does seem to be throwing quite control weight at this.
Right there.
Real soft. Right in. Oh, there you go.
As good as you can do.
Pretty good there.
Well, this one's too far. Good throw.
Good throw.
Good
Just
sweep.
wanted to either roll a bit farther or a bit less. But it's still a pretty tough hole to come through for Korea.
살릴 생각하지 말고.
Probably got a third of that perhaps from the hack.
아, 창현이 들어오 에이티지. 그 정도 가면 한 8 안 가겠나? 백에 에이트면 한 5, 4, 1, 5 나와도 좀 될 것 같아.
You want to throw soft weight at this one, but you can't throw it too soft. The shooter will curl too much, it'll be hard to get through that hole. The hack board weight somewhere there. Come pretty close to that top yellow. Pretty close to that red corner guard, but it's definitely there. Definitely makeable.
얼마인데?
5반이에요.
No need to shave the guards. Only a few inches of room. Could crack might open the game here with a score of 2. Tied so far with 2 singles on the board. Might have overthrown this one. Will it get off that center guard? It will. Does it get close enough to that yellow? It does, but does it hang around? It doesn't. So gets 2 out of 3. But only 1 point. Still only singles in this game. It's 2-1 after 4.
Way to give us a chance.
Yeah, Greg, you made 2 absolute pistols that end.
너무 셌다. 네, 줄 수 있고.
The same roll that you did on the second one on the first one.
Yeah. But once it was going, I just figured.
셋. 둘까지 괜찮아. 둘까지
Back in
괜찮아.
action in the 5th end. Korea USA playing this session for
치면 블랭크 가고 그다음에
the
짝지잖아.
361
여기 1점 넣어.
World Men's Curling Championship 2018.
자, 맞지. 넣으면
We're
무조건
in
쳐.
the Orleans Arena
그걸 친다고 보면 돼.
in connection with the Orleans Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. The most obvious spot for a curling championship. I think curlers and Vegas go hand in hand.
I think so.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Easy.
Nothing like a little poolside trip in between draws.
Yeah, curlers certainly end up going to some cold places. The
Little
women's
great.
championship
It's all
was
the way.
held in North Bay. It barely creeped above freezing.
Shot. Shot,
So I'd think it's a nice change for the players to go somewhere warm. It's the warmest place you ever played a championship.
Las Vegas.
Well, there you go.
Here for the Continental Cup.
태양 no. 태양 no.
Yeah, basically the Ryder Cup of curling has been held here 3 times
은수만 와. 은수만. 은수만 올 수 있어.
to great success.
은수 와. 와.
Always fantastic turnout as well.
스택으로 계속 와. 스택으로. 오.
Everyone realizing they can, not only do they get to watch curling, but they also get to take a very nice vacation.
I don't mind this. I don't mind it.
They hooked themselves.
Certainly a good reason to come here.
Greg.
4, 5.
Greg,
Taking
yep.
a look at the
Yep,
coach
Greg,
and
yep.
media
Yep, Greg.
bench.
Both for weight.
Yes,
Greg.
Keep going.
Yes, for weight. You're both going
Gotta
for
go.
weight.
It's
Sitting
light.
directly behind the sheet, as always. Not too cold in the Orleans Arena, but just cold enough to keep the ice, well, frozen.
탑 버튼.
Right, still see some people in the audience with t-shirts on. Can't be that cold.
I believe you see a few Easter bunnies out there
Have
this afternoon.
given out candy in right beside our sheets, actually.
라인 완벽해.
2 Easter bunnies.
좀 와.
It's nice when
Line's good.
people get into the spirit.
라인 룸. 너무 많아 라인. 탑 버튼.
Never really understood what bunnies had to do
Yep,
with
yep.
Easter, but that's a discussion for a different time. This draw is coming nicely around those 3 stop stones. Beautiful, beautiful draw. Korea sits 2 behind a stagger. See huge movement. So in total, it curls about 4 feet. Not massive, but it has that nice finish. So you're able to really dig in
Like 7-5.
and around everything at any time.
Like the intern?
Sure.
Right there, a half inch on Greg's side.
Is that what the players like? That
You need a hair more, right there.
big finish rather than a long gradual curl?
Absolutely. This is something that the athletes themselves will train with and perfect their releases to make sure that they're getting that late finish on their stones as opposed to right out of their hand.
As far as you can.
Go.
Tries to open it up a little bit here, Huffman.
Okay.
As we take a look over at Scotland, Italy. The Italians are up 2-0, and looks like they are even sitting a few before Bruce Mowat is up to throw his final stone.
Plenty of room.
Line's good.
Line's
World
perfect.
Junior champion,
Line's tight.
Winter University Games champion,
Close.
Whoa,
won the Scottish Championship and the qualifier versus Kyle Smith. Really on the roll, Bruce Mowat, in the last couple of seasons. And this draw is made as well. But we'll be 1 down still, playing Italy after 4 ends of play, 2-1 for Joel Retornaz. As we just jump on over to see Japan-Norway. It was Stefan Valstad just trying to set up for 2, over-curled his first one. Goawoki follow with a draw. That's the stone. He's trying to follow, try and tap it out to score 2. Also a Winter University Games champion. Back in 2015. Actually lost to Bruce Mowat. The latest edition.
Right out, Phil.
As he'll just crash on that corner guard and actually spins the shooter in to the forfeit. So not 2, but a little bit fortunate maybe to at least get his 1. 3-1 is the score for Norway playing Japan. Back in our sheet, well, things have happened.
Yeah, we've the United States has tried to clear things up a little bit. They're sitting a little bit better than when we first took a peek.
Song Tae-hon with the out-turn draw to sit 2 here.
So just looking for a top house type of position, but coming up a bit short.
Team scrub here. Bring in as far as possible. Not into the rings, but finds a pretty good spot, good line. Still fully buried.
I mean, we just get past this, just skinny the guard, the tight guard. We can get it out. I just don't know.
You got any?
No. 0. Fully buried.
I like it though. I think that's what we got to do.
Are we throwing here?
Yeah.
Or even if you're just here.
Yeah. I like that. Let's play that.
Okay.
Just draw, tap a foot.
Is it tee out of hand type deal?
Looking for back 12.
So as we saw with the
like move it, just
the
move
draw
it
that came in there.
What do you think?
Okay.
Finish is quite late and it is quite
that's
hard.
best.
So once you know that we're past that second guard, just like
Even though they can't see anything, they're quite confident that if they just throw a back 8 weight, they'll be able to get around and at least sit in shot position.
80.
Unless you like the double peel, but
I don't mind this. It's whatever you like. I don't mind this.
okay.
80. Make it. Make this, we got a great
So
chance.
basically, I want to throw a freeze out of hand and then you
Freeze by yourself. So you need an 80 to a 75 even.
Nine.
No, it's just 8 right now.
No,
He's right. It's really
whoa,
good.
right up. Whoa,
Line only.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Just back
whoa,
4. T.
Whoa,
Back 4.
whoa,
Just
whoa,
back
whoa,
4.
whoa.
Go,
Colin, get ready.
Trying to drag the line over a little bit.
Okay.
They will sit in
too much ice.
shot position.
Perfect weight.
Still not terrible.
Oh, it's bad. This weekend. It's real bad.
That's not bad.
Is it open enough for Korea to come after it? Maybe tap it out.
나는 프리즈 해놓고.
히트앤롤 가능?
아니.
안 될 것 같아.
나도.
졌어요. 졌어. 살짝 탭까지 괜찮아.
예.
오케이. TY.
풀스핀 셋.
So Korea right now just looking to throw a bit of a back four type of top weight. See if they can get to the nose, if anything, on the inside of it. This one looks a little bit shy of weight.
Freeze it. 오. 나쁘진 않아. 오케이.
Freeze on the red, on the yellow. We have to freeze on this.
I'm worried that he's going to... I'd like to be on his, so if he plays something...
Yeah. Okay.
Can't let... we can show him half. Pick that. So right there, little tap. Right? So, a couple more inches and I took... Well, about this...
No, about the
same. About the same.
We're going to freeze the red. Have to freeze the red. So we can't do the nose. Try to corner freeze the red?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
If we're short, it's not the end of the world.
Okay.
A really similar weight.
Yeah.
You're just throwing like a foot or two less.
I got a 78, so like an 85.
Yeah. Somewhere right in there.
Are we looking to freeze their own yellow or corner freeze red somewhere in that pocket?
It's all about setting up the angles on this one. So they were just saying coming up a little bit short is okay. But ideally, they'd like to kind of sit on the corner of that red stone. If anything, just tap it a hair. But
whoa! It's there! It's further! Whoa!
Just bump it.
Whoa!
Just bump it. It's not bad. It's good.
It's a great rock. That's a good start.
Pretty good there from Greg Persinger.
That's good.
Or Rich Ruohonen, actually.
So here we take a look over at the Sweden-Netherlands game. Sweden definitely sitting great in the house, lying 3. As Jaap goes to throw his last stone here in the 5th end. Looking for the wide draw, so he's going to need to get around that yellow in the top. Sweepers like it, just bringing it in. Sits perfect on the tee line, and that will be a single. A great team shot. Sweden will still take the lead at 2-1 as they go into their 5th end break.
I know Sweden would quite like some revenge after losing to Jaap van Dorp and European Championship just earlier this season. So far, pretty close game there as well.
우리가 이거 성공하면 어떡할 되는데?
하면 얘도 이거 해.
왜도 여기 남잖아.
예.
여기 백까지 남잖아. 맞지? 터치만 되고 여기 프리즈만 되면 완벽해. 나 이게 나은 것 같아.
오케이. 끝. 어차피 이거 해줘야
건들기만 하면 되잖아.
상대가 뭐 할 거야.
핵.
오케이.
핵.
So Korea now trying their luck on the in-turn side to slash their red, I believe, onto the shot stone.
Can't see much of that. Have to come pretty close to those guards. That's where weight control is pretty important. Overthrow it, you're not going to get that finish.
And you definitely want to bring your sweepers into this. This is looking good.
Didn't quite have enough weight to move the shot stone too far, but starting to shrink the scoring area a little bit for USA. And has a few options now, Korea. Shot stone's a little more on the open as we go live to Japan, Norway.
They're saying they can come up.
Norway just played their final stone, that yellow top 12. Has a slight stagger protecting that shot stone, so Go Aoki thinking, well, the only shot left here is the angled run back on the corner guard. Could be for two. A bit off and on, looking pretty close. Look at that, what a shot by Go Aoki. And that's 2 points on the board for Japan. We saw him play a similar shot to get the extra end against USA last night. Certainly has those trick shots in his sleeve.
Well, but we got to make sure we stick in front of it, right?
Only
well, we've got to move enough. We got to move enough to
18
move this out
years old.
To get a
youngest player here at the World Championships.
It's a matter of how much weight do we play with.
Shouldn't feel safe playing against them, that's for sure.
Just let him talk, Phil.
No.
Tied game. Japan,
well, we
Norway.
can't guard them. We can't take care of everything.
I know, that's why
we've
I'm
got
saying
to
just tap it, move it to here. Then if he tries the in-off, no?
Well, you can, that's why I
talk
think if you
about
tap
age.
it to
We
here,
actually
you're filling
have
this hole.
oldest
Okay.
player, birthday boy as of
I think we
yesterday.
got to do this. He's going to have this, but we
Vernon.
can't take
His
everything
birthday
away.
was yesterday, turned 47 years old.
Yeah. If he makes this, Greg, we're going to, and we do this right, we still have the run.
Curling
or a little
is
tap. Okay. I think you got to do
definitely
this
for
with
everyone.
Like hack to board. We
18
got to
all
move
the way to
this one back to
47.
here at least.
Okay, well that's got to be
Is
like
there a reason
board.
why you're playing
Yeah.
it so light?
Board?
Is there a reason why you're playing it so light?
Well, just because I want to keep the shooter, but
why do we want to keep the shooter really? Like, let's say if we threw peel at it, and I think we lose both the back reds.
Oh, that's not bad.
Like if we do peel and hit like a quarter of the stone.
Okay, I like that.
Quarter of it
You
you
guys
might
like that?
bounce out. Well,
no, you don't.
I don't know.
but
Are
you
we
do-
losing this one?
Yes.
It's
sure?
close. It's gonna
It'll
go over.
pull, man. It'll pull.
Well, then it's a no-brainer because then if he plays this, that's counting.
There might be a shot for a bunch too.
Yeah, let's do that. All right.
You cool with that?
Fine.
I think it'll pull.
Okay.
Just be ready to sweep it.
All right.
You be ready to
Yep,
sweep
okay,
that.
I'll be there.
What is pulling where?
Because you look, if you hit a quarter of this thing, it'll
I think
pull
they're
that red
hoping
big time.
I
to
agree.
catch that instead of dead jamming on that red stone in the
Like this,
back.
Greg?
Is that ice tight or where do you
Kind of pull it in a direction so that
This is
it's
basically just a peel.
Yeah. So where do you want the broom to hit a quarter of that yellow?
So we're thinking hit the yellow next to the broom.
Okay.
Well,
Whatever you
one more
like.
take.
The red second shot might drag a little bit to the right.
Call a little less if you want.
Split out the back red in the forefoot.
yeah. So
Megan.
they're going to be playing peel weight at this. So gonna have a bullet coming down the ice here.
See if this works out for
Go hard.
USA. If they get that tiny drag and
You gotta go.
don't jam it.
Looks tight to the guards.
Come on.
Sorry guys.
Well,
Okay.
we will never know.
Okay.
Just not getting those.
Going live to Scotland, Italy. It is Amos Mozaner. That is the last stone. Well, unclear to me who's shot at the moment. Looking pretty close. This draw looking slightly heavy. Did he have any kind of backing on that red stone? Or is there a chance they might move their own yellow? Actually, they do. And where does this roll? Rolls a bit too far. Is it two reds?
Looks to me like a steal of 2. We will see once we've got an official call from the umpire.
안쪽 라인이 안 보이는데.
It is 2 for Scotland.
안쪽 라인이 안 보여.
And a 3-2 lead after 5 ends. They head into half-time. We make our way back up
이쪽으로
to
못해. 앞에 가드 때문에.
sheet A, where Kim Chang-min He's looking to play the in off of his own red here. Roll the shooter in, make a sideways tap, sideways run. Hit and roll, tap, run.
There you go.
Something like that. So redirect off this stone, red stone, in the 8 foot. Big weight again from Kim. And it goes 1 and 2, and there we go. But it really spills everything. A little more than what he would have wanted. Has that now left a shot to score 3?
Yeah, just caught that one a little bit too thin, so as we can see here, another replay of shot coming down the ice. Pressure's really giving it all they got, but just kind of ticks that one and sends his shooter out. So it does actually give Team USA
I think it's a hair big, but it's close.
pretty good opportunity here for 3 points.
Oh, wow. Just pinballed through there.
Not
sure he thought that this would happen. Changmin. Greg Persinger looking a lot closer with this throw. Now calling on Huffman to finish it off, get enough curl to get to the yellow. There we go. It's 1 and 2 and 3 points for USA. Well, they were down by 1, now they're up by 2. It's a 4-2 game after 5 ends of play. That marks half-time. Teams will have a 5-minute break. Eat a banana and come back onto the ice.
Shooting Gregory.
Shot. Crazy thing is, so if I'd have come down on that first,
could have played it the other way, and it's easier.
They wanted to play hack and just bump it.
6 speed's good.
Korea, USA. Just a single on the board, and the second end for Korea brings us to the third.
Gotta go.
Now look up.
Greg Persinger
Hard, boys. Hard, boys.
with a draw.
Hard. Good shot.
That's a good sweep by Tucker and Huffman to bring it to the button to tie the game up after
Good shot.
3 ends.
Great shot.
Heads up. Yeah.
Taking us to the 4th end. Last stone for Kim Changmin, trying to navigate past the guards here. Comes close enough to both, gets to the yellow. Just trying to stick around, but won't. That just spins a tad too far. Just a single point for Korea. With a 1-point lead coming into the 5th end. Bit of an unlucky result for Kim. Leaves a shot to score 3 for Persinger.
Little soft. Go, go, go.
Persinger will say,
That's good, that's good, that's good.
thank you, don't mind if I do. Score 3, and it's 4-2 after 5 ends of play.
Shot, Greg.
We're not needing a gift. Take it.
That's all right.
These are the other scores in the Orleans Arena this afternoon. We have Scotland playing Italy. It's a 3-2 game. Pretty low scoring and closely fought between Netherlands and Sweden. The Swedes are up 2-1. It's also tied between Japan and Norway. 3 each as they are on to play the 6th end.
지민아, 라인 조금 더 주는 거 어때? 구독.
네?
얼음
아니,
조금
아니.
더. 안 돼? 괜찮아?
어떤 거요? 라인
지금 방금은 웨이트가 약해서 그렇게 된 거거든요.
아니 드로우 같은 것들이 계속 조금 더 안쪽이나 타이트해서 스위핑하는 게 조금 있는 것 같아가지고.
어떤 걸요?
오늘 이번 엔드에 좀 커머라운드 같은 게 정타되면 좀 약해서 그래.
웨이트 네.
Yeah, if we play fast and
that
let
was
them,
a slow end. That was a
they're
5-6
slow,
minute.
but they're slow, right? Right now they've been slow, so
Where are they?
keep them. Yeah. So we still got about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So, all right, let's have a good second half. Let's finish on strong. Let's go. Good second half. Let's go. A lot of communication.
Let's go this way.
Huh? Oh, we got to go into media lounge.
Rip a dart.
Just taking a look at the stats. USA outplaying Korea so far. About 8% advantage and 2 points. Lead on the board halfway through, but still a few ends left in this game. Korea will try and turn it around. 5 ends to go.
I'm not gonna sit here and say we should be losing. You can take that to the cleaners, buddy. You're ready whenever.
Good words from the coaches.
What did you hear, Allison?
Well, we heard from, of course, my Korean isn't up to snuff, but Phil providing some words for the team that the Korean team is a little bit behind on time, so they perhaps might be a little bit stressed and rushing their calls a little bit.
Okay.
And just reminding them that we have that extra second. We can take a little bit of time should we need to. Take that extra second in the hack. Up 4-2.
Just slipping a tad deep. Do see this sometimes, and I think it's the case so far this week that the ice is a tad quicker coming back on after the halftime break. See the ice technicians just mop the sheets, and with the sheepskin, and also putting a little bit of pebble around the hack. Sometimes it makes the players just kick out that tad harder, and we will see that corner guard slip into the rings. Isn't this something teams should be used to or know about by now?
I think it's something that, well, you have to kind of constantly remind yourself, because I think it's it can be very normal for you to think, okay, the ice has been sitting a little bit, or at least in the back of your head. So making sure at least that all the players kind of have that, the reminder.
He's such a crazy person.
I know. Just relax. Just relax. Tell him to settle down a little.
Every call. He's insane.
Just having some struggles, Lee Kibok. Would not help to throw the first one into the rings here in the sixth end. They'll still go at it though. Sometimes you see teams will just give up when that first corner guard's not placed. Throws the second one. But USA will be allowed to hit this guard, of course. Next season they won't. We'll be moving to a 5 rock rule, just to give those leads a second chance. 90% for Colin Huffman. Real solid. Bang goes away the corner guard.
So we'll see Korea here opting to throw the corner guard on the other side. Now again, just switching up the shot, so it's not the same thing back to back for Team USA. 80% so far this game, 86 in the competition.
자, 동시야.
Good save. Good.
굿 세팅.
Good.
때려. 오케이.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Oh, good, 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 good.
So this here is kind of a prime example how Leeds position stones can be so important.
I did not.
So right now, Korea is they don't have a heck of a lot to go with, having no guards in place, and Team USA lying 2 in the house. One thing that is working in their favor is USA's first rock went behind the tee line, so it does give them a little bit of flexibility to come down onto.
Room. Whoa. Wait. Whoa. 세연아, 오, 세연아, 여기. Yep. 자, 민수야. Good.
Throws a center guard this time, just to mix it up a little bit.
Like drawn?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Just trying to lure USA into maybe playing a draw to get something going.
Yeah, tricky, eh?
Yeah.
Certainly tricked a few of the players into wanting to give it a go.
Out turn.
If they let us do this on Greg's first one,
Yeah,
we're
say,
going.
Well, they're not gonna.
should we draw?
100%.
No.
No.
Pick a spot you want, hit it there.
Tempting, but no.
Not falling for that trap. The old center guard, eh? And
Not the
a
prettiest.
bit of a dodgy slide from Rich Ronan.
Gotta get a piece. If we double that, that's fine. I don't mind that at all.
God damn it.
I like that, actually.
You do?
They're rolling behind.
I mean,
They're rolling under that.
Makes the guard go away, but also their own stone.
Yeah.
Or drawn.
Dude, I'm fine with giving up a blank.
Back foot just coming out
I know.
all wide. Not how you would do it, is it, Alison?
No, you definitely want to get your leg right in behind so that your whole body is coming straight towards the target. So with having your leg out to the side there, you are going to get that drift. And as a result, it's going to take you a little bit longer to try and get your body and your stone in line as you're releasing it.
You do see from Ronan that sometimes that link actually hangs the other way. So let's call him a bit of a touch player. As you see, even though with a pretty good slide from Song, with his leg directly in behind him, doesn't make the shot. So the slide doesn't need to look pretty to be effective.
Yep.
Does make things a heck of a lot easier, though.
Yeah, well, that is true. Much better this time from Rich.
So I'm not looking to stay in the house here. Just looking for a hit and roll out. And he'll do just that.
That's a lot better slide.
Even the
Good words of encouragement.
didn't want to say too much about his first slide until he made the second one better.
웨이트가 어려울 것 같아.
Good to end on a high note.
방금 웨이트 되게 좋았어.
Seung-si Young struggling at 61% so far.
Good. 웨이트 8. 네네. Yep. 8. Nice go. 웨이트 8. 8. No backing, 우시야. 오, 우시. 오, 기보가 많아.
Opting to take the other turn on this freeze.
No.
And this one's just not really coming up. Maybe a hair too heavy. Not too far off, just a little bit of an over curl on the first one and a little under curl on the second. So unfortunate break there.
You like trying to blow everything out?
I don't mind getting a ball.
You want to just get them all?
So frustrating as a player when you've got your weight perfect and your line's not good, or your line's perfect and your weight's not good.
If you only get one, that's fine.
It's nice when the two things come together.
Work good, Gregory.
That's come together about 75% of the time so far for
really hard.
Greg Persinger. Didn't mind just making the double and rolling out here, they said.
Well, can he split him?
Yeah, well, that's good. No.
Gets
What was
two,
that?
keeps one yellow in play as we jump over to Japan, Norway. Hit for two. By the looks of it for Stefan Wallstad and Team Norway. Gonna yellow out in the 12 foot. It's pretty much an open hit here. Very much in control on this one. And that's a two back for Norway. Not as spectacular as the one Go Aoki served up in the fifth end, but 2 points nonetheless, and a 5-3 lead for the Norwegians.
A lot less stressful for the skip, that's for sure.
Yep. 9.5.
9.5.
Yeah.
Make him pick it though.
Yeah.
So back over on our sheet, Team USA just looking for the open hit and get a roll a little bit towards the center, which makes the hit and roll out on Korea's last one a little bit trickier, but just like that. Still at the back of the house, so it's not a heck of a long way to roll in order to get the blank here.
That's scary under the mask.
Kim Junming, 93 so far this game. Last stone here in the sixth end, just looking for the blank. Need the hit and roll out here. Sweeper's going hard, but with that weight, it's still going out.
Yes, so blank end for Korea. Score remains the same. Still a 4-2 advantage for USA after 6 ends.
너무 그냥 너무 살살 던져.
Oh, hell yeah. He's not leaking. He's down two. The second play.